Yeah.
There we go. Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, guys? Episode number 10. We're 10 episodes in already. 10.
That's crazy.
That's my favorite
That's
number,
crazy,
actually.
man.
My favorite
10
number.
weeks.
10 weeks. And we're just getting
10
started.
weeks.
2020 is not even out yet. 2020 is not even out yet, but we do have a lot of information already. No streams from SDS yet, but we have a schedule. We have a lot of information that we're going to get to. Let's go ahead and start off just talking about the Moment Extreme. That's a new thing about MLB The Show, or on MLB The Show 19. So before we got into 20, let's cover 19. Goose Gossage. Signature Series Goose. It's going to be Moments Extremes. I'll be honest, this morning I was streaming and people wanted me to try doing the moments. I wasted 45 minutes of my life. I didn't get one done. I know Cooks was trying to get that same moment for about 3.5 hours last night. He didn't get it done. So I know I'm not doing it. So Smaugh, I feel like he's your Yankee legend. Are you going to go get him or what?
I'm going to try it out just to see how irritated I can get with the game. So I'll probably try it out tonight.
There's a lot of tough missions. The one I didn't even look at all the others, but I got the first one was with Sean Green. You needed 4 extra base hits, but then all of a sudden you have against the Brewers. Now in right field there's Christian Yelich. He becomes a Gold Glove defender all of a sudden. Lorenzo Cain in center field as well. So and it's in Hall of Fame if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to get those done. I know a lot of people, or some people already got it. So Gaming was actually the one that discovered it. This guy's been back for a week. He already discovered Goose. That just goes to show you. But I gotta ask Adam if we all know the answer to this question, but
Yep.
Adam, are you gonna go get Goose?
Absolutely not.
Okay, moving on. We knew that.
But one thing though, I did look up the moments. I did look them up, and one specific moment I think they need to do more of, which I thought was a pretty cool idea, was the pitcher hitting one, where you got to take a team of a bunch of the best pitchers who hit, and you verse all the position players who pitched this season. I thought that was a pretty cool idea, but
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, I'm not doing the moments. There's no way.
Is that going to be I think all of them are either Hall of Fame or Legend.
Yeah, I think it was Hall of Fame, and then the last one, whatever the last moment was, that was Legend.
That was Legend, and that was I think you had to have 5 home runs. I didn't even look that way. I'm fine with my 95 Goose here and there. So I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna grind that. It's January. I'm just ready for 20, so I'm just not even gonna look that way. So
Agreed.
it is what it is.
True.
Whoever wants to go get it, go ahead and get him. Go ahead and try. I think So got him in it was either 4 or 6 hours, something like that. So yeah, and he's a beast, so he got it. But
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go ahead. I'm not trying it. I know Rebel got him as well last night, I think. But hey, that's good content, right? There's not gonna be a lot of Goose Gossage out there. 99, I don't think he's gonna be that much better. He has more stamina, which helps his overall as well. 41 stamina, I believe. But yeah, no, not me. So let's go ahead and talk about MLB The Show 20. If you haven't seen the trailer, we're gonna go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and show you guys the trailer.
Clash tag in the house.
Oh, Quash tag. Quashi.
Oh.
Ooh. Let's show the trailer and we're gonna talk about our reactions, everything that they showed on it, and go from there. Hold on. Let's try this.
for the homies. Got a little green, bought a beam for the Faudi. Took more shots, after phase than Calby. Little bit of this, little bit of that. Little bit of this, little bit of that. Crack baby, bass in my Similac. Been crazy, come where you living at. Kick down the dope, get down and get gone. I ain't come here for the chitty chat, but I'm far removed from that gangsta. It don't make much sense, rather make me rich. Don't be playing with my money, it'll make me flip. And in the last couple lines, I'ma contradict. Little bit of this, little bit of that. Little bit of this, little bit of that.
PlayStation.
I mean, I get the chills every time I see that. I get the chills. The biggest takeaway, the biggest takeaway is obviously
Ladies and gentlemen,
that
the
is
MLB The Show
wait, it kept going. Biggest takeaway is obviously that fielding matters. You know, fieldings matter. That's all I got from that video. What do you guys got any feedback? Any initial? Let me see the initial thoughts after watching the video.
Two things. Fielding matters, which is great because, as we know, diving and catching stuff was a RNG nightmare. And then it's very clear that Big Papi was applauding Mo coming into the game.
Adam.
Yeah, no, it looks like fielding's gonna matter even more next year. Hopefully, we get better animations and diamond fielders or diamond level fielders, unlike Griffey and Frank. Like Frank's the best fielder in the game, which is incredible.
So you're saying that
cool.
Big Papi can be the best defender in 2020?
I mean, if it's like this year, then yeah, probably. These damn common fielders are crazy, but
Yeah.
getting Mo and Papi is that's super cool, and I'm really excited to use both of them for sure.
I agree. I don't think, obviously, I know that Big Papi wasn't clapping. He wasn't giving Mo a standing ovation. He was obviously doing, boom, I'm gonna kill this guy again. Aside from that, there's a lot of cool things. Obviously, Sheffield is there. There's some other new legends: Sheffield, Shane Victorino, John Franco. We've been asking for another lefty reliever. John Franco's there. There's not many more left, right? Lefty relievers. We already have the best ones. Billy Wagner, which obviously he didn't make the Hall of Fame this time, but we already have the best ones there. Defense does matter. Obviously, you could tell that there's some highlights on the shadow of the ball where it's gonna land. So that's gonna be, I don't know what that means. I'm hoping that means we'll be able to have some diving catches. You know, hopefully these diamond defenders are able to make some web gems, which I think we weren't able to, to do in 19. Now, when I saw Big Papi and Mo, I'm like, great. These are legends that we've been waiting for and all of this, but are these the biggest legends that we're going to get? I don't think so. I don't see either one being the Willie Mays of 2020. And the reason is because I don't think we're going to have either a closer to get all the collections, so you get a closer, or a DH, right? David Ortiz is DH, common fielding. So do you guys think, first, a two-part question. Do you guys think we're going to have a new legend, a bigger name? And if so, who do you think that is? Smog.
So I definitely think we're going to get more legends. If I had to choose who's going to be the Willie Mazes this year, I really think we're going to get a Hank Aaron card. I just think it fits the game perfectly, and setting it up, like you said, for 2021 for Roberto Clemente to come in and be that legend.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Hank Aaron too, and Clemente for 21 as well. Hopefully it happens, but everybody's been asking for that Mickey Mantle, but I don't know what you got, Adam.
Yeah, I've at first thought it might be Mickey Mantle. I'm starting to come on the idea that it's really going to be Hank Aaron, and which would be a awesome card, by the way. That would be really, really cool if they can get guys like that for the collection reward. But yeah, I think Mantle will come, but I don't think it's this year. I don't think it's this year.
You think it's gonna be more when the cross-platform happens?
Yeah, I think when it's cross-platform, I think we're gonna have a lot more legends, and it's gonna be. I'm super excited for that. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
I don't know. I think 2021 is going to be obviously a big year. The budget's going to be there. There's going to be more legends. I don't know if they're going to just give us all the legends at once. But at the same time, we just got Willie Mays. Like, it doesn't get much bigger than that anyways. But are we going to have multiple at once? You know, are we going to have, if we don't get Hank Aaron this year, let's say we get Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle for the following year. I don't know. I'm thinking the same. I'm thinking we're gonna have a bigger name. Not sure when it's gonna be announced, because looking at the developer stream schedule, I don't know when would that be, but I'm sure they have something up their sleeve. I'm sure, and I don't know if it's positive. I'm trying to be positive because I want more. More is just never enough for me. But there's gonna be some additions, I think. Another legend was Shane Victorino. Anyone that we haven't mentioned that they showed on the video?
They showed Victorino, then they showed Franco, and they showed Gary Sheffield in that beautiful Marlins uniform.
I'll give you that one. That uniform is sick. It's sick.
Bro, he's gonna be a fun card to use, and if it swings anything like his real life swing, it's gonna be extremely quick, and it's gonna be pretty damn glitchy.
That bat speed. I don't know if he's gonna have a 99 overall version. If he doesn't, it's gonna be very close. But that bat speed, I'm thinking Jimmy Fox like Roger Hornsby, that quick swing. And it would be very powerful to use. It will be a very good card. I agree. Let's move to the developer stream schedule. Let's talk about what we're gonna be expecting on that. So on the first stream itself, they're gonna do kind of like a trailer rewind. I'm guessing I'm not sure if they're just gonna cover some of that or they're just gonna go with that. But the first stream on Twitch is gonna be on the 6th, February 6th, 11 a.m. Pacific. That's gonna be 2 p.m. normal time. So they're gonna be covering a couple things. That first stream is gonna be 11 a.m. Pacific, defensive fundamentals, which is, I guess, it's a little bit of what we're talking about. But anything else that looking at the description that they have new extreme catch indicator, fielder skills matters, fielder efficiency improvements, outfield throw home indicator, bottom accuracy. What are you guys expecting from this?
I just like we were talking about earlier, fielding is going to matter even more next year, and it looks like from the trailer that the circle that you try to catch the ball at, it's going to be you're gonna have to be perfect to catch it. Like you're not gonna have to be like, you're gonna literally have to be in the center. It looks like. So it's gonna be they're changing it up, and I'm really interested to see that stream and what happens.
Yeah, I think it's definitely they heard us loud and clear that one of the biggest complaints was the fielding. You had catchers who wouldn't block stuff they were supposed to block. You'd have animations that were dictating outcomes of games. And I think that they heard that loud and clear. I mean, you can't be having somebody who's a diamond fielder jogging to a ball and then letting it bounce over their head. And then you have, commons who are making diving plays over the first baseline. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I think they're going to tune it up with the, the extreme catch indicators. So that means, you have an opportunity to, you'll know if you have an opportunity to make an extreme catch. And then I'm very interested on the throw to home and all that good stuff. So I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be fun that, if defensive really does matters and it does play the way, it's going to change the game.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that with the off-field throw home indicator. I think the throws home this year were a little bit OP. Like, if you had it was easy, they're easy to throw people out. So I guess they're gonna make it a little bit more realistic, because you don't see that every day. Yes, they're good. You're playing with the best players of all time, but there's obviously gonna be some changes, I guess, to make it more realistic. There's going to be maybe more play at the plates. I'm not sure as far as that. But it's good to have that extreme catch indicator. It's good to have maybe Ken Griffey be able to make some plays than Babe Ruth can. In 19, obviously, we talked about this. Babe Ruth is a better defender than Griffey for the most part. So it's good to have maybe if they have some players that are able to do these extreme plays, and not all of them capable of doing that, I think that'll be a cool thing to have. That same day on the 6th at 3 p.m. Pacific, so that's going to be 6 p.m. Eastern. It says practice makes perfect timing and perfect PCI placement guarantees peak player performance. So they're obviously going to be talking about the beta as well those 2 days. But I see perfect timing and perfect PCI placement guarantees peak player performances. Does that mean lineouts are going to be gone, or what does that mean?
I mean, this seems like it has a lot of potential, a lot of potential over the system that's in place now. So basically what it's saying that if you get a perfect swing, if your guy's 125 power, he's basically going to hit a homer, right? Like he's going to crush the ball. And, I mean, that's really all we can ask for. We're so many times this year, we get on perfect swings, we get good okays, right?
Yeah.
So basically what this is saying is that's not going to happen. You'll get perfect, and the ball's going to fly as it should. You're going to get your best performance, which is amazing.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's going to be, like you said, it's perfect lineouts. No. But I think it is. It's another thing where it just shows that SDS is really taking the biggest comments I think of you see from 19 were too many lineouts and too many bad animations on defense. And so these are two of the first things that they're tackling, and I think that's that's a big thing in the right direction. Especially moving into 21, you kind of want that system to be in place and ready to go, instead of trying to figure it out when the cross platform comes.
Yeah, and I just hope that this perfect, it means also that these contact players are still viable. Even though it's perfect, it's not going to be a home run, but maybe it's going to be a gapper. Maybe it's going to be off the wall. But it's not going to be lineouts. It's not going to be right into the shift, going off of Quash being in the chat. So I think that's going to be very interesting. It also said guarantees. So that means 100%. Like you're guaranteeing me that if I do perfect, which is, I guess perfect is not good squared up. I guess there's a difference to it.
Yeah, it's gotta be dead center. Like I'd imagine they'd be very hard to do. Kind of just like squaring up a bit.
I mean, it'll be hard to do for you maybe, but for Adam, I'm sure he's gonna be perfect left and right.
Something I'm interested though is this gonna make these especially on All-Star, these games 20-18, because everyone's gonna get these good swings on All-Star because the PCI is so big and just everyone's gonna get rewarded. So because it says and other hitting and pitching improvements. So what are they going to do to counter the fact that if you get a perfect swing, that's an automatic homer? So what's going to happen with that? You got to think on the other side also, because if everyone's getting rewarded, right? It's just going to be a home. We're playing home run derby at one point, right? But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see.
That's a scary thought. They say perfect. Maybe it's going to be just difficult to do. Good squared up may be a good thing. Maybe a thing still in 20. There may be some lineouts with good squared up, but perfect may be something better than that. We've seen good squared up when the ball wasn't squared up in the middle. So I'm expecting perfect that the entire ball is inside the PCI right on the middle, right? But good squared up was, the entire ball is in the PCI, but it's not right in the center of it. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. It's gonna be interesting. I'm sure they're gonna be playing around with it as well. I hope it works just like it says there from day one, though. But slugfest, like Adam's saying, that's gonna be high scoring games. ERAs are gonna be through the roof, right? I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see. And but I do like that they are making the changes that we've been asking for. I mean, we've been asking for. You have to get rewarded for a good swing. You cannot have good these things where it says good okays on literally perfect PCI placement. It just can't happen. Yeah. Right. Because especially if this is trying to go towards esports, which obviously we're in the second tournament right now. So that's the steps they're trying to take. You can't have $4,000 on the line and have a perfect swing, and so all of a sudden you're popping it up for some reason because it's giving you a good okay feedback. It just can't happen. So hopefully, we get rewarded, and we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, I think also they, that tells me that they were they messed around with the timing window. So maybe we will be able to strike people out, maybe to kind of compensate with that slugfest. Not everybody's going to be able to have perfect every swing. So maybe we're going to be able to strike people out those very early. Maybe it's going to be some strikeouts here and there, to kind of like be the opposite of the perfect, kind of like balance it out a bit. But anything else, Smog, you got on your I'm sure you're gonna have your over under right now is set at 5.5 of perfect for MLB The Show 20. But you got anything to add to that?
No, like just kind of mirroring what Quashtag just said. I think that, for the big power guys, a perfect could definitely just mean, more home runs, but it could just basically just be a positive thing. It could just be like, look, you're definitely getting a base hit here.
Yeah.
Or you could get a rip down the line, or something in the gap, or anything else like that. Like it's I mean, there are great hits in the MLB that, literally are lineouts. It happens occasionally.
Yeah.
But I definitely think the positive thing, it won't necessarily mean a home run every single time, but it's just something that, you're not going to get in and out.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying with the, I love that in 19 contact hitters mattered. They had a place in the game. So even if they get rewarded doesn't mean being a home run. It doesn't have to be a home run. It can be a gap shot. It can be even a single, but you got on base. You put, you had good user input and you're getting rewarded for that. It doesn't have to be a home run, but I just hope it doesn't become it has to be a home run or power hitters only, and then kind of like forget about the contact. There's got to be, I feel like, that balance, because I do enjoy playing with the contact hitters as well.
Yep.
On 2/13, day before Valentine's at 3 p.m. Pacific, they're going to be talking about Road to the Show, rebranding your team in franchise mode. So a lot of people are excited about a franchise, and a lot of people played that franchise, and full minor league roster. I'm excited about that. I'm thinking like, are we going to be able to play with these studs that are like the top 50 prospects, real stats or real attributes, I should say. I don't know if you guys, do you guys first, if you do play, what do you play of those modes, or what are you expecting from this?
It's going to be interesting to see the minor league rosters, what that's going to do, and potentially what it could do to more Diamond Dynasty cards. You see like Madden, they do these out of position cards, and they do a bunch of different types of concepts. They can do like cards with can they do it with like Tim Tebow? Can they put him in the game? I just don't know how. This might just be franchise mode, and that's it. And that's what it says. So I really don't know. I don't know. I'm not really a franchise guy. Mostly just a Diamond Dynasty. But
yeah, same here. I'm just thinking like when I see full minor league rosters, I like franchise. I used to play a lot of Road to the Show and franchise. I never got into Diamond Dynasty fully until 17. But if they're in the game, I'm expecting more future stars. Like, give me more future stars. I'll take them. I guess we don't have to wait until they get called up. I don't know. Smart.
Yeah, that's what would be interesting to see. Like you said, with the full minor league rosters, is playing with some of those minor league players, and then they actually getting called up to the big leagues. What does that do for them? What does that do for their card? And like you said, a lot more future stars. And really kind of showcasing these guys that a lot of people, if they only watch it at the major league level, may not know of. And I think it'll just kind of bring light, and especially if they kind of do like a showcase of them. Yeah, I think it could be really good for the minor leagues.
For sure. I'm excited to see what it. I'm gonna be on every stream, but I'm curious to see what they talk about that, because I feel like we may even have a lot of people switch from Diamond Dynasty back to franchise. When they took franchise out, there were a lot of franchise players that way. We love the game, so we're just going to go back to, we're just going to stay with Diamond Dynasty. But I feel like there's a lot of players that do enjoy that franchise mode as well. On 2/20, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, they're going to be talking about the Diamond Club. So they do this every year where they go position by position. And they give the top, I think it's the top 3 rated players per position. Again, I'm not expecting many changes as far as this. Obviously there haven't been games here. I'm expecting maybe like a Juan Soto to become a Diamond after that postseason he had, stuff like that. But do you guys expect any changes or any announcement here, any surprises from on this stream?
Not really. I think it's like you said. I think it's going to be pretty standard. You may have some guys with, depending on how they're performed in the postseason, may have gotten one, but I think it's going to be kind of par for the course.
Agreed.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have some of the Astros players come from diamond down to gold or something, because there's not going to be the trash can thing or cameras, you know, because Springer ended in 85. So
just give me the ritual trash can.
the ritual, yeah, that would be a good perk to have. You can obviously take advantage of that. 227. I think this is one of the biggest one. I think this is the one that got me the most excited. We're a month and 2 days away from it, but 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, custom leagues and competitive events. Simple and flexible leagues with your friends, grassroots sponsored competitive events and tournaments. Adam, we're running a tournament right now. If you didn't know, Adam and myself, we're going to be doing kind of like a co-host tournament. A co-host sub tournament. We're going to be calling Wrestle Sub Mania. His subs, which is the Moonshot Mafia, against my subs, La Familia. So we're going to have 16 players against his 16 players. We're going to be inviting 8. He's going to invite 8, and then we're going to give away the last 8 spot. Obviously, there's going to be probably some no-shows and stuff that we're going to go through that. We still don't have all the details as far as dates and stuff, but this will be amazing. It sounds like it will be exactly what we need for the tournament.
This sounds incredible. Like when I saw this, I got extremely high for this. I mean, there's so many ways that you can take this and run with it and make it amazing. So the fact that they're adding this type of stuff is only a positive. I'm very excited for this, and I cannot wait for this for that stream.
Smart.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Like you said, there's just so many options that you can go with this. You can create a league with your friends. So even if you have some friends who, you know, if you got a group of friends who aren't that great, and you guys just get smashed in ranked seasons, and you want to have some of the other type of tournament, you can do settings that are more favorable for your guys.
Yeah.
You can do it with your friends. You can have sub things. Like there's just so many options. This is by far, in my opinion, the most exciting feature that they've detailed so far.
Yeah, this will be amazing. This will be, you know, especially with the ESL tournaments, a lot of people, especially the top players, have not liked the way they've been ran in the past. So you know what? We'll be able to run it ourselves. You know, there's a lot of people in the community that are very good at running tournaments. We've seen very good tournaments ran, and you'll be able to have different style tournaments as well, you know, and I feel like there's maybe we're not gonna need those big tournaments as much. I'm expecting, you know, competitive events or competitive tournaments weekly. I'm expecting somebody to come up with something every single week. You know, I know Adam participated in a few tournaments, but I know you wanted to participate in more. That was one of your goals for 2020. So you know, I'm looking forward to this.
Another thing that's pretty cool about this, so it says simple and flexible leagues with your friends. So I mean, with Guffey's tournament that he said, the 3 inning BR, he'll probably be able to run it through this, you know. So like, there's so many ways that we're gonna be able to run it, and change the way we do things with these custom leagues and competitive events. So I'm very excited. I cannot wait for that stream.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to. Apparently, you're gonna be able to make it on your own, make your own rules. Maybe you'll be able to have roster restrictions if you want to do that. Kind of like the BR, like you were saying. Maybe you want to have like the ESL rules. You know, they have like 199, but another diamond that's a lower tier diamond. Maybe you can set up in settings. I cannot wait for this one. That's gonna be. I'm hyped for that one for sure. So can't wait to see what they say in that. After that one, we got March 4. We're already in March, which means we're getting closer to the game. March to October. I'm not expecting really many changes as far as March to October. I like the fact that they added and you can actually use what you, I guess, gained or won there into Diamond Dynasty. But are you guys expecting maybe some better rewards? I mean, because the rewards weren't bad, but it could have been better. Is that a change? Maybe the only change that they can make in this, or what?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I never even touched March to October, but
you didn't touch anything other than ranked seasons and BR, so we know this.
It says yeah, exactly. It says it does have an overhauled reward structure, so maybe the rewards are pretty good if you do it, and if they have good rewards, then maybe it will entice more people to play this mode and finish the mode, and which would be pretty cool. You know, just any type of way that they can get more cards in the game and have more ways to get these cards. I'm all for it. So it could be pretty cool. Could be pretty cool what they do with that updated version of it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if it's Mark. Did you even play? Because I didn't play March to October. I think I played like maybe 30 games into the season, which ended up being like 5 or 6 moments. For the most part, they bring you in like the 6 or 7 inning, win the game, where they tell you what to do, or certain missions. But I didn't play much more than that. I don't know if you did, Smog.
No, I really didn't. Like, this was the first year that I really played Diamond Dynasty, and dude, I got hooked into ranked seasons bad.
Yeah.
So I really
we
enjoyed
saw
the
the
Diamond
record.
Dynasty. I just played that. I really didn't play much March any of that stuff. So
Yeah.
I really just started dabbling in BR in the last month or two just for something else to do. But man, I've 1,300 games of ranked seasons online, man. I was hooked.
No more. You don't have time for anything else. And I do think that if they're bringing it back, it had a good feedback. They received good feedback from the community as far as that. So there were obviously people playing it, which is obviously a good thing, and they're bringing it back. So maybe if they make it better, you're gonna have even more people playing.
Absolutely.
3 days after that, on March 7th, this is one that caught my attention instantly. It says so it's gonna be 3 p.m. Mountain Time. I guess that's gonna be 5 p.m. our time, Eastern Time. Showdown in Diamond Dynasty. So this is apparently a new game mode in Diamond Dynasty. It says new game mode reveals Showdown. DD content preview and another wave of legends step into the spotlight. Like, my first thought of this was, yes, oh my god, I cannot wait for Showdown. And then I sat down and I'm like, what the hell is gonna be Showdown? I have no idea what this is gonna be. Like, okay, I'm excited, but I don't know what it is. I'm glad it's in Diamond Dynasty. Thoughts, reactions, what are we gonna have here?
Yeah, so when they showed the trailer, they showed it to where like they showed a bunch of quirks like before that, like with maybe like silver quirks or gold ones or diamond ones, and what they might do. Like one of them was in an 0-0 count, this hitter will have better be rewarded better if you hit a pitch on 0-0, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what this is gonna, man. It's tough, man. But I'm excited. I'm really excited to see. I really have no
idea.
No idea, man. Because like, there's really didn't say anything about it besides showing random quirks. So it's like, what is this gonna be? I don't know.
My thinking is they're going to be being expanded on the challenge of the week mode, to where they used to have each week they would have something like the fans wanted Kershaw versus Soto or something like that, and I think they're going to expand on that with like Samuel said, the quirks that are going to kind of be able to mix it up a little bit. So, and I think that's what the showdown's going to be. You're basically going to have a pitcher versus a batter that everybody wants to see. You're going to have some different quirks that balance it out and see what happens. Maybe see what they do with the rewards. And
they probably going to have to be there. I guess they'll talk about it, but it's good rewards, right? So you got to get people to want to play it, especially the new mode. I know some people, I saw it somewhere on Twitter. I don't know if it was my chat or whatnot. But people are saying like maybe it's gonna be able to, you may be able to play some other players for stubs. Maybe, hey, let's bet 25,000 stubs and then play and transfer automatically to the winner. I don't think so, but that would be kind of cool. That would be kind of like a cool mode to add. I'm excited about this one. I hate that we have to wait almost 2 months for this because I'm like, that's gonna be kind of like their last big stream. Because after that they're only gonna have the developer tournament that they do as a live stream. It's gonna be 2 days before the actual game comes out if you did pre-order it. So on 3/11, 3 p.m. Pacific is gonna be that developer tournament. Usually ends up being like a 10-hour stream, but that's gonna give us a better idea of gameplay. Then we're gonna be able to see maybe the fielding, the perfect, all that good stuff. Which I'm excited about to see. I always watch those streams as well, so that's always that I'm curious to see.
Definitely.
So let's wrap up a little bit with some of the IRL moves. There wasn't many. So we know the big one a couple weeks ago, it was Donaldson signing in Minnesota. We got Trevor Story signing this arbitration deal with the Rockies. A lot of rumors, which we're gonna talk about in one of our questions. So one thing that we're going to be doing this week and from now on our Twitter, if you put on the chat !RTB, you're gonna be able to see our link to the Twitter channel. We're gonna be asking for questions. We're gonna be taking fan questions there, and then we're gonna take 3, 4, 5 questions, the questions that we think that are gonna be best, and we're gonna be covering here on the show. So that's gonna be wrapping up. So we're gonna be talking about a little bit about the rumors and what we thought, but I think maybe that. I don't know if the Arenado move is going to happen. That's going to be one of the rumors as well. But I think there's not many big players left still, as far as free agents. All the big names, are signed. Any news that we're missing?
Just Ozuna going to the Braves.
Ozuna, yep.
So they needed a big bat. They went out, signed him to a year, which is
betting on
that they were able
himself.
to get him for a year. But I like the signing, but it's basically replaces Donaldson in there, and yeah, I mean, not a bad signing though. He's a good hitter.
I'm curious to see why he took a year. I'm curious to see what the Cardinals offer him for him to take a year instead of staying with the Card. Like, did they just offer him a 2-year, $20 million? Like, what happened that Atlanta was able to get him for a year? I guess he's betting on himself. Obviously, next year he's going to be a free agent again, and then hopefully he can get a 3 or 4 year deal, kind of like the Donaldson situation. But they're still going to be weak at third base, because obviously Ozuna is not a third baseman. But anything else as far as moves, transactions, talk, or thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean, on Ozuna, so allegedly Ozuna held out and took the 1 year to be with the Braves, and allegedly he turned down 1 or 2, 3 or 4 year deals to get with this Braves thing. So it's kind of interesting. It's like you said, he may have been wanting to be on a contender and then do the kind of bet on himself type of thing. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting move. I mean, he's getting 18 million. It's not like he's getting paid, right?
Yeah.
But it's a year deal, and you never know in baseball. You can have a big injury and then end up, I guess, losing a lot of money. But it's curious. I think that's something that the Braves have been doing anyways. They don't want to overpay for anybody. Or they don't go long term, or they haven't been going long term as much. Although I feel like they should just go ahead and go for Arenado. But we'll talk about that. Let's get to the questions on Twitter. So one question, it came from Papa Vaz. It's part of La Familia. Adam, just saying. I'm sure he's in the moonshot as well. But get ready. Anyways, he said, if you could create your own game mode on the show, what would it consist of? It has to be something that hasn't been done before. You got something, Adam?
Yeah. Instantly, what I would want to see is a 3-on-3 mode. I think that'd be so damn cool. Just kind of like, so Madden has a mud squads. You can play with 3 players. In this game, it'd be so awesome if you had just literally a 3-on-3 mode, and then the way you would hit, obviously, say we're on a team, it would be me, you, Smog, and we just go down like that. I'd hit for the first batter, and then I'd hit for the 4th batter, then I'd hit for the 7th batter, and just like that. And then you'd have someone pitching. You'd be playing the field. I think that'd be really, really cool. 3-on-3 mode.
For sure.
Oh
yeah.
That would be fun. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
And not only 3-for-3, but maybe 2-on-2. Like, you can have different options. Because even 2-for-2 you bat. Alternate hitters. One can pitch, the other one can be the fielder. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, like, if that existed, it would be so amazing to run a tournament on that. It would be so amazing
oh
my
god,
god,
so competitive in the tournament setting like that. I think that could be the future, and maybe after it gets on all concept or on the consoles. But any type of team mode just brings into just way more competitive setting.
Yeah,
and that could be fun. I think that could be really fun.
And that could be huge too. Like, a lot of people will be playing that for sure. Sure. Smog, what you got?
That's an awesome idea. Yeah. So my thing, it just kind of what I've talked about the whole time is I just want to see a pure tournament mode installed in the game to where you can literally run any type of variation of tournament you want. I'm hoping that this league thing that they're talking about that they're doing is some type of variation on that. But like, just being able to get people to load in, not having to do the friend request, eliminating majority of the manual stuff will cut down on times, and you can run more tournaments more efficiently. The rules are all in place. Like, there is no disputing of, one setting was off or anything else like that. Yeah. Having that built into the game, I just think gives us the opportunity to run a ton of tournaments, man, and just and really blow up the esports the way we could be done.
Yeah. I think that would be awesome too. Kind of like the weekend leagues of what Madden does. I think they have like weekend leagues that it's set.
Yep.
You have to play a certain amount of games. I think I haven't played Madden in a couple of years now, but people get hyped for those weekend leagues and they go at it, you know, and it gives a kind of like that exposure also for the top players, and you know, people are going to be engaged in the game as well. So it's going to be more eyes on Twitch, more eyes on YouTube, more eyes on the game itself, which I think it will be great. One mode that I think it would be cool to have, although there will be some gray areas, kind of like what I was mentioning earlier, to have like a betting challenge kind of thing. Hey, let's play this game. If you know, I'll bet you know, wagers, right? 30,000 stubs or our top diamond, or we're putting, you know, kind of like pink slip. I'm playing you, and if I lose, you get my Mike Trout, or you get, you know what I mean? Now, obviously, that can be cause for concern as far as like people, you know, exchanging stubs between themselves. But I think that would be kind of like a cool idea to have. But good question by Papa Was for sure. I'm sure there's a lot more ideas that the community would have. And you know, if I'm sure if FDS hears some of them, they would try to implement it as well. Obviously, you know, we'll see what Showdown's all about. Maybe it's one of those things, you know, maybe it is one of those things. So another question, this one from Slim Jency, the GOAT. At this point in the offseason, who is your dark horse to win it all? Like, if you had to pick somebody that nobody's talking about, or is kind of like didn't do much, I guess, last year, what do you got? So let's start with Smauh, because all he does is think about the Yankees. So I'm glad he's gonna have to pick somebody else.
If I had to choose, I mean, I think the team that people are still underestimating, I bounce back and forth, but it's between, I don't think the White Sox are there, but I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Indians. And I think the Indians, man, have a core, the pitching and everything, that if they stay healthy, man, they can win that division, and they can surprise a lot of people. There's still a lot of good pieces on that team. Couple trades, they realize they're contenders. Then instead of being sellers, they get the right pieces. I think it's a team you got to watch out for.
Yeah, mine.
It's not the Red Sox.
Mine
Yeah,
would be.
I wouldn't pick them either.
Even though the team is in the same division as the Marlins, I think the Phillies can really, really surprise people this year, man. They picked up Zach Wheeler. They still have Nola. Still got Arrieta. Their lineup is deep. I mean, they got Remuto. They got Hoskins. They picked up Didi Gregorius. They still have Kingery. They have Harper. I mean, they got a good lineup. Their starting pitching solid. I think they would need to pick up a bullpen piece or two during the season. But I really, really think if the Phillies they stay healthy, and they could be really, really competitive and potentially become like the Nationals this year and win it all. For sure.
I like that pick. I will stay in the NL East, but go with somebody different. I'll think the Mets. And even though they're the Mets, they just got a new manager, right? But I feel like they have all the pieces to win it all. Edwin Diaz is not gonna have a year like he just had. Like, he by himself, like, this is something I was talking to a couple of buddies of mine. By himself, he lost like 10 games. So you know, he's not gonna be as bad as he's been, or he was in 19. They added Betances. Cespedes is gonna be the key if healthy, right? I think McNeil and Alonso are studs. I feel like they are legit. It's not you know, they were rookies and people couldn't figure out. You still have the back-to-back Cy Young Award winner there. If Syndergaard can finally live up to what he has, and he's shown he's capable of, but if he can stay consistent, I feel like the Mets can actually make a run. And the thing is that NL East for me is wide open. You know, the Braves lost Donaldson. They're not gonna be better offensively, even though they added Osuna. Their bullpen is better too. The Nationals lost Rendon. That's a huge loss there. So I feel like it's wide open. You know, so I would probably go with the Mets. I'm curious to see with the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's are always hanging around. Ramon is going to be better this year, obviously, but they always hang around with all this Houston stuff. What's going to happen? Like, are they going to, I mean, they don't have to necessarily obviously win the division, but Houston may take a step down. Another team that obviously they talk a lot about, this team, the Twins. because that offense is just out of control on paper. But the pitching is not there. I feel like that pitching is just not there. But other than that, there's really not. I don't think there's somebody else other than the Dodgers that if they come out of nowhere, like I can't picture the Diamondbacks or the Rockies coming out of nowhere and just becoming a threat. You know what I mean?
You always got the Rays. I mean, the Rays somehow always get 90 wins. They're pitching.
Somehow.
They got Morton, Glasnow, Snell, Yarborough, McKay. I mean, they're solid there, solid in the bullpen. They have these guys that just always hit for power. They picked up Renfroe, hit 30 homers.
Renfroe's amazing, I think, for that team.
Yeah, so I mean, you never know, but I just don't think they haven't it just feels like they never have enough. Like there's always right there. They can't spend money because they don't make money. So it's just
and they don't make money because they're winning 90 games and nobody's showing up to these games either. So it's kind of like,
I mean, that ballpark's terrible. It's literally terrible.
Is it the ballpark or location?
It's the worst ballpark. It's
or
the
everything. Location?
Location is bad because it's like, they're the Tampa Bay Rays, but from my knowledge, I think it's like 30, 40 minutes outside the city to drive.
Okay.
To get to it. And then itself, the stadium itself is just not great inside.
Yeah,
nobody enjoys it.
I guess Marlins got the best stadium in Florida. Tell them, Adam.
They do. Florida's actually beautiful.
Well, I've been to Miami a few times, and every time I go, the Marlins are never playing, but I drove past by it, but that doesn't count. Last question. This one came from Dynamite14 on Twitter as well. So there's a lot of speculation that some huge names are still going to be moved this offseason. Mookie Betts, Arenado. Where do they end up and why? What makes the most sense as far as trade partners? What do you guys got?
If they get traded, because I don't think either one of them get traded. But I mean, Arenado, the most sense would be the Braves or the Cardinals. And because they both would have the prospects to trade for Arenado, right?
Yeah.
And Betts, I mean, you saw the Padres rumors. That'd be cool, but why would they'd be paying a shit ton of money for Hosmer, Machado, and then Betts on the same team? I just don't see Mookie getting traded. I just don't see it.
Yeah. No, I don't think, like you said, I don't know that Betts gets moved. I think the most likely, like you said, Arenado. I like those two, Braves and Cardinals, as well as Lindor. I think that thing's going to be revisited potentially if the Indians just don't come out the gate. And you have the Dodgers who are interested. The Yankees are going to be interested. Anybody's going to be interested. He's the best shortstop in the game.
Yeah.
And anything can happen there.
Man, if Lindor, I said it a couple shows ago, man.
He's not going to go to the Yankees.
If he does get traded, I'm saying he's getting traded to the Yankees.
No, it is not.
I've been saying it. I've been saying it. I really have. I truly believe it because, like I said, when you go all in like that to and get Garrett Cole, the Yankees are going to go all out. So whatever they, especially if they're dominating, right, and the Red Sox are good again, and all the teams in the East are just they're really good. Like the Rays are good, whatever. They're going to say, okay, we got to find a way to really just take over. And that's when they're saying, you know what? We're going for Lindor.
We need another piece.
Yeah. And then that'd be incredible.
I'm going to hate you forever if that happens. But
I'll call you as soon as it does.
Yeah, I know you will. So I think, the examples that Dynamite mentioned was Arenado and Mookie, right? Those were the most recent rumors. Mookie to the Padres for me doesn't make sense when you're involving Will Myers as the main piece for this trade. I don't think the Red Sox are gonna do something like that. I think the Red Sox would rather just go into the season and try to see where they at. And if they need to trade him before the trade deadline, they rather do that than now. And people are saying like, well, they're not gonna get as much during the regular season. I think they can. I think if there's a team that's a game or two out of the wild card, they know that Mookie Betts can get them over the hump. That's when they're just gonna, hey, take whatever you want, take the entire farm system. So I think Mookie starts with Boston. If he gets traded, I don't know. Maybe somebody, maybe like the White Sox are a couple games back and they're like, hey, this is our year. We have to go. Let's get him. And hopefully we can convince him to stay. I don't know. They've been trying to spend. But I just don't see him being traded. Arenado, I think the Braves should just go for him. They have a ton of prospect. Just go for him. Lindor is, I think Lindor is kind of like in the same position as Mookie Betts. I think that he's going to start with Cleveland as well, and Cleveland is going to wait and see, because I do think he has a couple years. He's still not going to be a free agent. But you know, TrueSmaugh believes in the Indians. Maybe they'll believe in themselves. You know, they did okay last year. They almost won the division. They didn't have Kluber. Just because they traded Kluber, that doesn't mean they're giving up. You know, they still have a solid squad there. So I think they're gonna start the season with Lindor on the squad, and then, you know, see how they do. And if they need to move some more pieces, they will. But I don't think it's gonna happen preseason. I don't expect any big names, honestly, before the season starts to get moved.
Yeah, I agree.
If Mookie does get moved, though, he might not, like, I think he would go to the Dodgers first. I think that's who would get him. And second, I think the Red Sox would try to trade David Price's contract with him, so they wouldn't get as much back for him. So that's why the Dodgers would be like, you know what, I'll pay that money for Price's contract and take Mookie and give you less. They'll still give him a top prospect or two, right?
Yeah.
They'll still get something, but it wouldn't be as crazy of a price. And I can see that something like that happening. So they still would have David Price to use. He would be like the number 4, which would be fine. And then you have Mookie Betts in the outfield, because right now they got Pollock, Bellinger, and Peterson. Man. And everybody knows Pollock is hurt half of the year every season.
Yeah.
So I can see a trade like that happening to the Dodgers.
And Jock Peterson is in trade rumors every year, right? So, you know, but the Dodgers do also have a good farm system. And I feel like they're not afraid to give up whoever to bring to the team somebody like a Mookie. So that'll be interesting. We'll see. I still think that it's gonna be they're gonna stay put. I don't see anything huge happening yet, but it'll be interesting. There's still some free agents signing, so you know, maybe a team that feels that they can platoon somebody instead of giving up their farm system to get one of these big names. But I don't know. I don't see it happening yet.
Yeah, I mean, you still got Castellanos out there. He hasn't signed.
Corey Dickerson is still out there.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, you know, 162 games is a long season. You know, a major injury could happen to one of these players or another team, and that could get those teams talking about making these big trades again. So,
speaking like a true Yankee fan that just went over through 2019,
we did all right though.
Yeah, no, so this is what I'm thinking with the Yankees. I feel like if they don't win this year, they're just never gonna win, because they're not gonna be there. They can't have this bad luck that they had in 19. They're a lot better. So it's like nobody's going to beat the Yankees. I don't even think they need to trade for anybody right now. And they're still the best team, at least in the AL, and it's not even close.
If Stanton and Judge stay healthy,
it's over.
Out, man.
It's over.
Out. I mean,
they did lose the
I really wanted to stay healthy. Yeah, I really do. I'm a huge Stanton fan.
I think Stanton's
going to find some help for. We got to have somebody to back up Sanchez, because that groin is not going to hold up a whole season.
Yeah.
It hasn't yet.
But the thing is that with that offense, you know, Gleyber's going to get better. He's only 23 now. You know, Stanton healthy is going to hit 50 bombs. Aaron Judge is going to hit 300 with 40 bombs. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. They did lose Didi, but they could afford that. That's the reason why they didn't bring him back anyways. You know, so
be interested to see how Andujar hits in out of the DH.
Yeah.
First base is going to be a question mark. Can Luke Voit return to form? It'll be interesting to see, man. Gleyber's going to hit 30 plus.
That kid's a stud.
He's
such a stud.
DJ will probably have a little bit of a regression, but I think he'll still be solid.
Yeah, I was looking. I think I saw a tweet with the projection of who's going to lead the league in certain categories. So they had Stanton leading the league with 50 home runs, and the batting champion, Luis Arraez from the Twins, at 312. I'm like, oh my God, that's low. That sounds so low. But if you look at the top hitters from last year, it was Anderson, 330 something. He's gonna come down. LeMahieu's gonna come down a bit. He hit like 330 as well. So there's gonna be Yelich hit his 330. I expect him to stay in the 330 range as far as in the NL. Obviously, if he comes back strong with this injury, had a big time injury. But it's like somebody may be able to actually win the batting title hitting 312. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy seeing Trout for the first time really truly having protection with Rendon.
Yes.
and what those two are going to do. My prediction is Anthony Rendon leads the league in RBIs. I mean, Mike Trout's going to be on base
60% of the time.
What
yeah.
Anthony, I mean, they call him Tony Two Bags for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Trout will be on first base. He's going to hit a gap shot, and Trout's going to score, and he's going to have 130 RBIs.
And that's the thing. You're going to have to attack Trout. You're not going to be able to walk him every time now because Pujols is behind him, a 40-year-old Pujols, you know. I think that was a great addition. I wish they had more pitching because the Angels will be a very interesting team just with them two. It's crazy how good that offense can be.
Is baseball here yet? Is it here yet?
It feels like it is. Hey, baseball
Why
never
do we
left.
have an off season so long?
used to be
Good
here.
Lord.
Baseball never left. Hey, do we want to finish it off? It's episode 10. Do we want to talk about the bbest players to wear number 10? Chipper? That's the first one that comes to my mind as well.
Chipper's the first
I
one
grew up
pops
watching, you know, in the 90s, you know, watching baseball. So Chipper was like, I remember trying to imitate him. His batting stand was so, you know, different. He had that swag. So Chipper for me is also one that comes to mind. Who else we got? We got
Chipper. I was always a huge Chipper Jones fan. Even though it was the Marlins, and I would go to a lot of Braves games when they faced the Marlins, I always loved Chipper Jones.
Yeah. We
Something
got
about him, man.
Andre Dawson wore 10 for a few years. Gary Sheffield, talking about the new legend, Gary Sheffield. There you go. What do we got? Dante Bichette, Adam Jones. Yep.
Michael Young. Michael Young was a really good player.
Michael Young, yes. I think they're actually going to retire his number in Texas, I think sometime this summer, which is crazy because he retired a while back. And Beltre retired like last year, and they're gonna retire Beltre's first. So I feel like they were like, well, this guy was the all-time Ranger team. We got to retire his number as well. But he was very good for a while too. Yeah.
Adam Jones wore 10.
Adam Jones, Justin
Does he
Upton.
wear 10? He probably does.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people here wearing 10.
No, I think there's a big drop off after Chipper. They got Lefty Grove, wore 10 for a few years as well.
Andre Dawson?
Yeah,
Did Andre Dawson wore 10?
He did for a few years. Yeah.
Miguel Tejada? He wore 3 and 10, I think.
No Yankees? No Yankees they're single digits. These Yankees are single digits.
Yeah, 1 through 9. 1 through 9 is retired,
after
right?
10 is kind of like, woo, that's over.
1 through 9 is retired. That is so crazy to me.
It is. It is,
so
man.
crazy.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Make sure to check us out. !RTB.
Number 10, was Phil Rizzuto, by the way.
Who?
Retired.
Oh, yeah.
Phil Rizzuto, number 10 with Yankees.
Jesus, we're not talking Yankees. We're done talking Yankees. Anyways, there's going to be the links on the chat. Twitter.com/theshowrtb. Make sure to follow us there. Give us the questions. We're going to be asking for questions so we can actually cover them like we just did today. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Any final thoughts, Adam? Smog?
I'm good.
Dude, I'm like you guys, man. I cannot wait for MLB The Show 20 to get here, and I can't wait for the opening season of baseball. Man, it's going to be a fun year. Fun year.
Yes,
agreed.
Sir. All right, let's send you guys over on a raid. I appreciate you guys. We'll check you out Saturday again. Any news as far as streaming schedule changes in YouTube? Something YouTube update, Adam? No, nothing.
What's YouTube?
Oh God, I tried, chat. I tried. Let's go ahead and send you over to somebody and show that hype.
Let's do wild hockey.
Wild hockey. You got it.
He's doing the tournament.
You got it. We'll see you later.
King, I agree. Marlins 2022 World Series champions. Look for them.
We're going to end it on that.
Look for them.
We're really going to end it on this
2022,
note.
2023, 2024, 2025.
Oh, God. Bye.
Oh, my God.